So it's finally happening, guys. Same-sex marriage is finally being challenged. It's actually going to be brought up to the Supreme Court. They're supposed to look over this towards the end of September to see if it should be a law or not. And, in my humble opinion, I think that it should be taken off. I'm a Christian. I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman. I know a lot of people disagree with that. At the end of the day, I'm standing by my beliefs, and we can agree to disagree. So this same-sex marriage law was passed in the Obama era. It's been pretty much enshrined in our laws. There was another law that was passed in 2022 that pretty much codified it. You can't discriminate against same-sex marriage if you're trying to, give out marriage licenses, which is absolutely ridiculous in itself. Because what if you don't believe in that? What if you don't what if you don't agree with two dudes kissing each other? So you might be thinking to yourself, is this Trump pushing this? Is this the MAGA movement pushing this? No, it's a woman called Kim Davis. She actually got caught up in some controversy in 2015. She refused to give a marriage license to a gay couple, and she actually went to jail for a couple days for it, which is crazy. And now she's the one that's pushing this. She's pushing it up to the Supreme Court, and they are going to take a look at this, even if it's even worth even taking a look at. So there's a news article about her when she did this, when she refused to give out the gay marriage license. So go ahead and check out this video.
In Kentucky, County Clerk Kim Davis says it took a lot of courage to stand up to death threats after she went to jail for refusing to give marriage licenses to same-sex couples. Davis sat down today with Jerika Duncan.
So this has been a very interesting month for you.
Pretty much a whirlwind in the midst of a firestorm. We've had death threats at our home, had calls my house saying they were going to burn us up while we sleep.
But that hasn't deterred Kim Davis, who still refuses to sign marriage licenses to same-sex couples.
If one person has the courage to stand, it can change and give other people encouragement.
Right now, there are at least 13 counties in 3 states where judges and clerks have turned away couples seeking marriage licenses since June, when the Supreme Court ruled in favor of same-sex marriages. Alabama probate judge Nick Williams is one of them.
I do not believe we have to check our religious beliefs at the door when we're elected.
Columbia University law professor Catherine Franke says ignoring the Supreme Court reminds her of the 1950s civil rights era.
The people.
Come on now. the discriminating against gay people is the same as discriminating against black people. That was their argument for the longest. I remember when I was in school, they would tell us that. They would tell us, hey, if you're against gay people, it's the same as hating black people. That's what we were told.
Who didn't want to follow the Supreme Court's decision.
So it's like freaking Rosie O'Donnell. I wonder if she's related to her.
And Brown versus Board of Education very clearly turned to religion as a justification for maintaining segregationist policies.
Tonight in Washington, Davis will receive an award by the Family Research Council for her fight.
What is this all about for you?
It's upholding my constitutional rights.
Did anything really change? Because same-sex couples are still able to get marriage licenses at your office.
I have not compromised my convictions or my conscience.
Davis plans to stay Rowan County Clerk until her term is up in 2018.
So this was a story in 2015. This was a big controversy, and I remember a lot of people were really mad, and the death threats were real. She received them, and people just brushed it under the rug like nothing happened. So it's pretty funny in itself that she's popping up again. So let's go ahead and see this more recent article.
10 years after the Supreme Court ruled in favor of same-sex marriage across the United States, it could now be overturned. Senior Washington correspondent Devin Dwyer is on the story for us. All right, give us the deal, Devin. Who is actually asking the justices to overturn this?
She's freaking baffled. Oh my gosh, someone could challenge this? What bigot challenged this?
Well, in recent years, Kira, we've been waiting for a case like this as some of the sentiment in the country has started to shift a little bit, softened rather, against same-sex marriage. There's been a lot of talk about whether the justices will get a chance to reconsider the case. And as you said there, they are getting that opportunity next month. We've learned that Kim Davis, she's that Kentucky clerk from back in 2015 that was at the center of international controversy when she refused to issue marriage licenses to a gay couple in Kentucky in defense defiance of the Supreme Court. She spent 6 days in jail. She lost a defamation suit. She had to pay $100,000 in damages,
I just think it's funny how they say she went against the Supreme Court. How dare she? But yet, Democrats always goes against the Supreme Court when they make their decisions. Like with that thing against they can't give special privileges to black people in colleges. They passed that, but colleges still continued to do it. They didn't care, but they're facing the consequences right now. But it's just funny how when it doesn't rule in their favor, they're against it, and it's okay to be against it. But when it's in their favor, oh, you have to listen to the law, guys.
$60,000 in legal fees. That's what she's appealing to the Supreme Court, but it's the first time, Kira, that anyone has technically asked the justices explicitly to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges, which was that landmark ruling. And she does just that. Her counsel in this petition, which was filed last week, says that decision was egregiously wrong. And if that sounds familiar, that's the same type of argument that was made by opponents of abortion when they sought to overturn Roe versus Wade just a few years ago. So a lot of eyes on this petition. It's unclear whether the court will take it up, but certainly a lot on the line.
Well, is there any indication that justices will consider hearing arguments?
Well, a lot of the legal experts I've talked to say there's no chance the Supreme Court will want to wade into this. But, you know, the climate that we're in right now, anything can happen. Certainly, we are in the midst of a campaign against same-sex marriages across the country. At least 9 states so far have either passed legislation seeking to end those rights or specifically asked the Supreme Court, send resolutions to the Supreme Court asking them to revisit.
So, like, he's saying that only 9 states out of 50 are against it. 9 out of 50. That's why I don't really have hope for this to even get to them. They might not even take it up, which I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I would be really surprised if they do.
This convention, the nation's largest Protestant Christian group, just last month, they voted to make overturning Obergefell a top priority. So there's a renewed effort by activists in this space to try to get the attention of the Supreme Court. And a lot of them, Kira, are pointing to comments by Justice Clarence Thomas, the senior conservative, who after the Dobbs decision, the one that overturned abortion rights in this country, he said in his opinion that he thinks it's time to take a look again at marriage rights. So anything can happen. It's on the table, but most legal experts think that the chances are less likely than not, Kira.
But, you know, Democrats are usually wrong, so hopefully he's wrong about this, because this would be something that should be looked at. It definitely should be looked at, because we obviously see the causative effect of it in America with all the LGBT crap too, and people are marching out on the streets dressed like dogs and furries with tights and those, what is it called, the when you hurt yourself, whatever it's called. But that is what it's evolving to. And then transing kids, that's what this has led to. I promise you, if this never passed, if gay same-sex marriage never passed, we wouldn't be in a situation now. It would be a completely different universe to be living in right now. So I highly agree with Kim here. It should be overturned. That's just my humble opinion, though. I'm Christian. Obviously, when you have different beliefs, it may conflict with other people, but at the same time, I think there's really good arguments to make that we shouldn't allow it. I mean, if you're gay and you want to get married, why? It's like marriage was specifically between a man and a woman. Why don't you come up with your own type of marriage type thing, and just leave the marriage to the straight people? So, you know, I think that if these people brought up concrete evidence that gay marriage has destroyed America in some way, which it has, it definitely has. If there was an argument that came out saying and proving that this has destroyed this country, people would just ignore it. They would say something like, "Oh, I have a gay relative. Oh, I have a gay brother. I have a gay sister. So I'm for it." This is something that the truth does not. They don't care about the truth. When you hate the truth, God will send a strong delusion. This is something that people are just delusional in. They don't want to know the truth. because they might have family members that are gay or whatever. So what do you guys think about this push towards ending same-sex marriage? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead, like this video if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.